just another delay. I'm over us, I'm over you. Forget about another deja vu. Teardrops that fell. I'm over us, I'm over you. Forget about another deja vu. So go and see the lights rise once more. I could be fooled by you tonight, but not this time. So small, watch the clock ticking off the wall, but tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me.
Good morning. Hello. Welcome to the Rebellious Business Show. My name's Cordelia and I am your co-pilot of this weekly live event that we run. And with me here we have Caroline. Good morning, Caroline. How are you doing?
Hello. I'm good. Hello.
Good.
I thought I was in the waiting room, but I was actually just being given a window to join. And I was like, oh God, it's getting quite close to 10:30. And then I was like, oh no, I've got to join. So yeah, made it in by the skin of my teeth.
I'm so proud of you for making it. Well, let me tell you that we are live streaming on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Facebook. For the first time, we've managed to get the thing working. So hello, wherever you are watching from. My name's Cordelia. This is the Rebellious Business Show. And what I've got for you today is the six-figure roadmap. Who here, in fact, let me just drop a little spotlight on this and on this. This being Caroline. There we go. Hello, my love.
Hello.
Full colour now, Technicolor. What we've been doing over the last week is the 12 boom. Hands up for those of you that are here with us on Zoom. If you know what the 12 boom is, if you've seen the 12 boom, John, Caroline, Nina, awesome. Bruno, maybe you don't know. Okay, so essentially the 12 boom was where last week on the show, I gave everybody 12 things that if you start doing them, if you implement them, if you embody them, they're going to make your business go boom. That's the idea of the 12 boom. Things make you go boom. But because it was a lot of things in an hour, a hell of a lot of things. I mean, if anybody managed to take notes, I'd be surprised. I actually wrote a handbook to go with each and every single boom, so that over the course of the 6 following days, you had 2 handbooks drop in your inbox with step-by-step instructions and tutorials and templates and things to help you implement them. And so if you want to get your hands on the 12 boom and the 12 boom, the handbooks and all of that, I'm just going to grab a link for you to go grab that, because there is the replay of the 12 boom session. And if you haven't watched it, I really recommend you do. And on the page, I'll show it to you in a moment, there is a place where I think I can just drop a link in the Restream dashboard and it will just go everywhere. So let me try that. Chat. Caroline, if you can check that this link has gone everywhere, that would be really helpful. But yeah, so, and hopefully the live stream, check the live stream's working as well. That'd be great.
It is working. It's I shared it to my personal page. Everyone who's watching, we know we love a share. The shares we have found are actually very helpful for us. So give us a share.
Give us a share. Give us also drop a little finger on that like button and let us know that you're here. And if you're watching this on the replay, give us the hashtag replay, because that's always nice to know. So that link is going to take you to this page, which is going to get you access to the replay of the 12 boom and also each and every single handbook in PDF format for you to download. And within those handbooks, you have tutorials, trainings. There's even a camera confidence course in there. There's loads of stuff. So if you haven't got that already, I recommend you go grab that. I can see on the live stream that the link has worked. So go grab that. So that was a 12 boom. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to wrap this bad boy up by giving you the 6-figure roadmap. And the 6-figure roadmap is where, well, do you know what? Instead of me just explaining what it is, I'm just going to deliver it. And you will figure it out, because essentially, I'm going to show you how to go from 0 to 6 figures in 9 months, but not in the do this, do that, do this format, because that's boring. What I'm going to do is we're going to imagine for a minute that the business bandit has stolen Rebellious Business from under me. They've even stolen Caroline. Everything's gone. I'm starting from scratch. I've got no followers. I've got no leads. I've got no social media accounts. I've got no clients, obviously. I've got no staff. I've got no budget. I'm skint. I'm poor. Can't do ads. And I've got no website. I don't even have an investor. No one trusts me at this point, right? I'm having to start completely from scratch. And I'm going to walk you through the journey of what I would do to go from 0 to 6 figures in 9 months again, or better, because I love beating a challenge and doing what I did before, but also incorporating what I know now. So drop a yes or a yeehaw in the chat just now if you are up for that, if that's what you're going to stick around to find out about. But first, I also want to know, before we dive into it, I've just mentioned 6 figures, right? And 6 figures is a kind of benchmark that's thrown around and used a lot. It means nothing, okay? What success looks like for you is a very personal thing. It may be that you actually just want a side hustle and you freaking love your job. You don't want to stop working in the role that you've got. You just want a bit of extra income. It may be that you want to go traveling around the world. I don't bloody know. That is a personal thing, right? So let's take that 6-figure benchmark and let's just park it for a minute, because put it in the fuck it bucket. What I want to know is, why do you want a successful business? Okay. When you think about what success means to you, drop it in the chat. Why do you want that? What's it going to give you? Why do you want a successful business? Why do you want this business that you're currently building to give you consistent income, to give you income full stop, to put you on the map, to enable you to become something or someone else? Like, what is it that you want? Drop it in the chat for me, please. That would be really good, because then I can gauge what kind of people that we have here and what kind of goals you guys have got. So why do you want a successful business? I can see some of you are typing, which is cool. John wants to be A home. He wants a home. He wants to be a home. He wants a home, ability to travel and date without worrying about cost. Awesome. So that sounds like you want it to give you freedom. Caroline wants international stardom. I love that. Cool. Well, keep them coming. Nina wants, hell yeah, I'm hoping this will really help me change the care system and stop abusing care. Oh my God, that is a huge why. That's a huge why. I love it. Okay, so, one more just came in. Having impact in families. To wake up and have my bills paid. I love that. Okay, cool. So the business bandit, let's get into it. So if the business was stolen,
that's the business fairy, isn't it? To wake up and have everything paid.
the business bandit.
Yeah, that's the business fairy. We're like,
first things first, I'm going down the co-op, I'm getting myself a bottle of wine and I'm drinking the whole bottle and I'm probably going to cry, right? But that pity party is not going to last for very long because I'm going to pick myself up and I'm going to do it again. So what I wouldn't do, these are the things I wouldn't do. If I was starting from scratch because everything had been taken from underneath me, I wouldn't create a logo. I wouldn't set up a limited company. I wouldn't build a website. I wouldn't go and get some business cards created that I can then give to everyone in the hope that they will magically get me clients. I wouldn't create any course materials. And I know this from my first business, which completely bombed, right? I ran this thing for 2 years. This was Toy Ride. Toy Ride was my import company where I imported cars and I sold them to anyone that would buy one. That's my daughter in the middle. How cute is she? Little model for the cars. And of course, I picked this as a business idea because I had kids and I was like, toys. And so we used to get these cars delivered in bulk and we had a custom built shed at the bottom of the garden that would keep them in. It was quite embarrassing, actually. You see this big articulated lorry, it would drop off about 200 cars on the side of a really busy road that has ambulances going up and down it because it's next to a main hospital. And I kept at this business for a couple of years. And I had the name. It was Toy Ride, which in hindsight is a little bit of a dodgy name, not going to lie. But I had this name, Toy Ride. I had the logo made. I set up a limited company. I was filing my accounts. I had a website. I obviously had the product because I was importing it. And I even did little things to try and stand out, like I made my own Toy Ride number plates to stick on the cars. I took all my own photos. I bought all the camera equipment. I did little photo shoots of the cars with and without children. And after a couple of years, still not making any profit, I had to make a decision. Jennifer, would you turn the washing machine off? So real life interjection there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rebellious Business live from Cordelia's living room, which we like to refer to as Rebellious HQ, but working from home is something that I want to do, not have to do. So it's all good fun. So I had to make a decision after a couple of years, right? I realized that this business was struggling because there was all the other sellers selling exactly the same product as me that were undercutting me on price. And I couldn't go any cheaper than $189.99 because that was almost break even anyway, right? And then you get one car returned because someone decides they don't want it after all. And then that just basically puts me in the minus. And I had this decision that I had to make. I either had to close down the company or I had to go and get a bigger warehouse so that I could order more stock, get it cheaper, have a bigger profit margin, and undercut all those bad boys that already had a warehouse. So I just decided, you know what? I'm just going to shut this thing down because the reality is it wasn't bringing me much joy anyway. And whilst it had been a great learning journey, I didn't want to carry on with it. I didn't want to wait in for the postman and whatever. So I went back to the drawing board. But Toy Ride was just another statistic because, we are in a place where there are so many businesses being formed. I mean, this year was record breaking. We had a 19.5% rise in new businesses in quarter one in 2023, right? And that was 202,130 new businesses were opened on Companies House. That's Q1 this year. But when we look at historical statistics, it's easy to predict what's going to happen because after 1 year, 20% of businesses fail. So that'll be 40,426 broken hearts by March 2024. That amazing idea that someone had and it just didn't work. And well, by March 2026, 121,278 of those businesses are going to have shut down. That's a lot of broken hearts. And, you know, we then went on to launch Rebellious Business, which was technically a continuation of a company I've had since 2017, but it was a complete rebrand and everything. And so I like to think it launched in April 2020. We went on to go from 0 to 6 figures in 9 months. And we are now in that 40% statistic. I've got that failed business that was in that flipping failed in its first 2 years. And now we're in that 40%. And so what made the difference? What do you think made the difference? Why did Toyride fail, but Rebellious Business has actually succeeded? We're in our 4th year of Rebellious Business. We have moved past that statistic. And I want to help you do the same, obviously. But why is it that that is the case? What do you think made the difference? John's found us on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. We've just started to build it. What do you think made the difference? What do you think? Better strategy? Yeah. Yeah, definitely had a better strategy for sure with Rebellious Business. Anyone else? I honestly think there are 2 things that made the difference. It was people and it was passion. Now, I was mildly passionate about selling cars online because, well, you know, it was fun for a while. But I didn't really have a passion for what I was doing. And so my question to you is like, the business that you're building right now, do you have a passion for that? Are you building a business around something you're passionate about? Or are you building a business because it's a tangible way to make money? Because if it's a tangible way to make money, it might be that you end up like Toyride. I think the thing that was missing was passion. What I'm doing now, the way I'm working with people now, from right at the beginning with Rebellious Business, is fueled by passion, which gives me purpose and validation and love and all the things. I freaking love running this business. I hated the conversations I was having with the car because it was like, what are the dimensions? Will this be delivered in time for Sarah's birthday? It was, you know, there was no fulfillment in that for me. So drop a yes in the chat just now if you are passionate about what you do. Passion is your thing. If this is revolved around what you're passionate about or what you've got fulfillment in, what you get fulfillment from, then, I mean, I think that is really, you've got a leg up on the ladder with that. Diana says yes. I know you guys, and I know that this is the case for you guys. That's why I love running this community. It's a community full of legends. Okay, we've got loads of yes coming in. Cool. So the business bandit then. Here's the formula. If we had to do it all again, I've told you what I wouldn't do. Here's what I would do. Well, before I tell you what I would do, I want to just explain something to you. We've gone through some statistics and the relevancy of explaining, you know, how many people fail is not just to install you with doom. As I said already, I do feel that passion for what it is that you do is a massive key foundation, mainly because one thing that you're going to need in this journey is grit. And it's very difficult to have grit for something that makes you feel like you just can't face it, right? So first and foremost, that passion is super important. But there is a problem. And that problem is that a lot of businesses fail because they run out of steam, because they run out of cash. And so when I see so many business coaches in the space saying, you should get started by creating a PDF or creating a video course or building a course and then sell it, it makes my blood boil. And the reason why is I know that that is the road to being one of the 60% of businesses that fail in the first 3 years. Reason being, you're going to run out of steam. I guarantee that most people watching this who are the right fit for this presentation have a job that they are running alongside their business. And if they don't have a job, they have a necessity that this business needs to start turning over some revenue soon. Otherwise, they're going to be in hot water. And here's the problem is that if you follow that advice of like, you know, start with low ticket, build a course, right? Then build up your skills and confidence. Then maybe sell a group program. And when you're feeling confident enough and you feel like you're good enough for it, start selling something high ticket, maybe a mastermind or working one-to-one with people and then scale from there. It's going to take you so freaking long to start making an impact. and you're going to have a trickle of revenue coming in off the back of it, that you're going to end up burning out. You're going to end up running out of steam. And the reason being is that it takes about 100 leads to make 3 sales. A lead being someone that has signed up to your email list. Across all industry, average conversion rates is 3%. Okay. So if you look at that and see what that means, it means that you need 100 people signed up to your email list in order to make 3 sales. So if you're selling a low ticket PDF and that's 30 quid, or a video course that's even 100 quid, whatever it is, if it's something super low ticket because you're playing it safe and you're building up your confidence, you're going to be not making enough money quick enough to sustain you. Whereas if we go straight in with working one-to-one with people, straight in with selling your time, which although you may not want to sell as a high ticket product, that's up to you, it's going to be the most expensive thing that you sell because it's a finite resource. You don't have endless amounts of it, right? And therefore you can't sell it for 20 quid, not realistically, because, you know, it's just not possible. So if you start selling one-to-one and then build up your audience and your reputation off the back of doing that, and then launch a group program and then start selling low ticket once you've got the audience size, because by the time you've got 10,000 leads, selling something for 30 quid now starts making a bigger impact. So the first thing I'm going to do when I rebuild this business, no, manifesting hat is off, it's over there, business is built. But if the business bandit stole it, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put together a high ticket one-to-one program, right? And I'm going to set up a new offer for that one-to-one program. I'm going to create new social media accounts. I'm going to build a tribe funnel. I'm going to use those things to raise my reputation, elevate my authority, and then I'm going to launch a group. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. And so in order to understand the reason, you need to understand about marketing. Marketing is so simple. People overcomplicate it, right? But the reality is that the purpose of marketing is not using fandangle special words that manipulate people into saying yes to things they don't want. Marketing is building relationships. That's it. Yeah. So what you need to do, what I would be doing is I would be getting out there and starting to build relationships, starting to network with people, because basically, there's this age old saying, taking someone from cold to sold. Okay. And what that means is that you have access to human beings on the planet, and most of them don't know you, right? So you need to create the space where people who are the right fit for what it is that you do start to build a relationship with you, start to build trust with you, and they start to feel like they know you, they like you, and they trust you. So you're taking people from a place of, I don't know you, I don't like you, I don't trust you. I might be aware of what my problem is. I'm certainly not aware that you're the solution to my problem. And therefore trying to sell to people here is just never going to work. I mean, you might get a 0.5% conversion rate from cold calling, but it's going to be a lot of effort with a small amount of output. So marketing, what we really want to be doing is using systems and processes and methods to build relationships with people en masse. So that we take them to a place where they know you, they like you, they trust you, they're aware of what their problem is, they're aware that you are the solution to their problem, and therefore a sale at that stage is a lot more likely. Okay, so in terms of this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together a one-to-one program, and then I'm going to start building relationships with people en masse, because then what I'm going to be able to do is build those relationships and offer support and fill the gap that I recognize somebody has. So before that client says yes to me, they're going to need to know that I can help them overcome their problem, that I am who I say I am, and that I am the one for them. And so what we want to be focusing on is not, oh shit, how can I make some money? We want to be focusing on what is it that people need, right? And at this point, I know what my product is because I've mapped that out. I know who my audience is because I've mapped that out. So now I'm thinking, what is it that people need? How can I show up and be supportive? How can I show up and serve people, right? And this is going to be the basis of my entire marketing campaign. So that one-to-one program, then, I'm going to keep it super simple. I'm going to have a defined outcome for what it is that I'm going to help people to achieve. And then I'm going to have clarity around who it's for, what their problem is, what the transformation is that they're going to achieve, and then what the features and benefits are of the program and what's the price. But I'm going to keep that a skeleton, because the beauty of one-to-one is actually when you jump on and you work one-to-one with me, I'm figuring out specifically what it is that you need, and I'm tailoring the entire program to meet your needs. So I don't need to hash out module 1, we're going to be covering this. Module 2, we're going to be covering that. There's no need for that, because I'm going to have this loose skeleton that I'm going to apply to someone on a specific one-to-one personalized basis. Now, one thing that I wouldn't do is I wouldn't start running ads to try and get people signed up for this. I'm going to build a machine and I'm going to test it and I'm going to oil it. And once I know it works, then I'll put some money behind it. But there's no point going straight into ads, because I need to build things up organically first. And also I'm going to need that organic presence on my social accounts to build trust with anyone that sees my ads in the future. I see a lot of people that, get started, they go straight into ads and they miss a trick. And the reason being is if you're not building things organically, when someone comes to look you up, which if they're thinking about investing in your services, they will do a bit of research. And when they come and do that, and there's nothing on your social media accounts, and there's not a Tom, Dick, or Harry that said a word about you anywhere on the internet, that's going to cause suspicion. So we want to start building organically. Now, to do that, we exhaust our existing network. If we don't have an existing network, because everything's been stolen from us, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start going networking. I'm also going to start building up my connections by actually going to look for the people that I know that are on social media and add them to my new social media account, who would potentially be good for collaboration or client acquisition. And I'm going to start building that up. But the easiest thing to do is to start going networking. Find groups, find networks that have my ideal client in them. I'm going to go and I'm going to pick 1 or 2, and I'm going to position myself as a pillar of that community. I'm going to be so helpful that people just can't ignore me, right? Because I'm going to position myself as the go-to expert in that group. So number 1, with starting organic, exhaust your existing network. It's very easy to assume that you need to go and get cold people that have never met you before, that are at the beginning of that know, like, trust journey that I just showed you, to come and connect with you. But the reality is that you know people already. Unless you've been locked in a basement your whole life, I hope I didn't just trigger anyone. Unless you've been locked in a basement your whole life, you know people that know people. If they're not a good fit for what it is that you do, they probably know someone that is. And so just starting to make a lot of noise about what it is that you do, just starting to get out there about what it is that you do, means that more people are going to be learning about your business and what it does. And then you will get people referring people to you. Hell, I'm referring people to people all the time, because I've got so many connections inside the Rebellious Business Network that if someone needs something that I don't help them with, I've got a whole blooming catalogue of people that I can refer to. So exhaust your existing network. The next thing is we're going to BAFE this, right? I'm going to BAFE, meaning build as you fly. I'm going to BAFE my messaging. I'm going to BAFE my methods. I'm going to make sure that I am connecting with people in the right way by just having the opportunity to test things. Okay. So I'm not going to go build like loads of funnels and start building an entire website and start building loads of shit before I've even sold anything. I'm going to do the bare minimum to put a message out to try and start bringing some sales calls in. And then once I've got some results off the back of that, I'll go, okay, that works. So now let's build on that. So it's about building and oiling the machine, right? Before we start scaling it, or before we start putting money behind it. And once that machine is working, the machi is working, then I'm going to start, probably getting referrals in, because I don't know if you know this, but 59% of sales across the board come from word of mouth. Your biggest marketing machine is what people say about you. Okay. So if I'm being really helpful, if I'm being really useful, if I'm making a difference, if I'm impacting people, they're going to talk about it. They're going to say, oh, you need to go and check out what Cordelia is doing. Oh, you need to get into the Rebellious Business Network. Or you need to go and join this webinar, or you need to blah, blah, blah. And they're going to come and refer people along to me. And, actually a massive base of our audience has come from people referring people to us. So that's another thing, harnessing word of mouth. And then once there's a working machine, it's time to scale. So that's the organic method in sort of like very bird's eye view. So step 1 then, on a more practical term is I'm going to create a load of content. I've already mentioned to you that people look at social accounts for a bit of research. Facebook is the biggest human search engine. Also LinkedIn is a human search engine. We don't use the phone book to find people anymore. We also don't Google people, because unless they've got a Wikipedia page, they're probably not going to come up. So creating a load of content, I'm just basically going to refine what it is that I'm going to talk about in my content. So in my Instagram posts, in my Facebook posts and all of that. And I'm just going to go bulk create a load of it. And I'm going to post 9 pieces in one go. Why 9? It's a nice little Instagram grid full of posts. It's a nice little scroll on the business page on Facebook. And I'm just going to post them all in one go. Boom, 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 boom. And then from there, post one thing out per day. But the most important thing, the juiciest thing I'm going to do, content is not going to change the game. Content's just there for the snoopers. Content's just there to start conversations, to increase the reach, to aid the algorithm. It's not going to change the game. It's probably not going to get me my first couple of clients. But what is starting to build a tribe funnel. Now, a tribe funnel is where you have a live funnel and you use that to build a community. And it's made up of 5 things. First and foremost, you've got to have a concept. Then you've got to start defining what the topics are going to be for the live events that you're going to run. You're going to promote them, you're going to deliver them. And off the back of that, you're going to start building a community. And this would be literally the first thing I do, because I don't want to just build a following. It's all very well having loads of followers on social media. That's great. It'll be wonderful. It will be. I'm not being sarcastic. It will be great. But if you take that following and you turn that into a tribe, well, now we're talking. Because if you've got a community of people that feel like they're a part of what you do, if you've got a community of people that are there because they want to be a part of what you do, they believe what you believe, they feel aligned with you and they want to get involved, that is going to create a massive landslide in terms of conversion rate. And I'm not going to spend ages walking through conversion rates, but just know it's huge in comparison to email marketing, in comparison to posting on social media, and most certainly in comparison to cold calling. It's about 10%, which is massive if you know anything about conversion rates. So the power of community, it's huge. There's conversion rates, but there's also fulfillment factor. When you're serving a tribe of people that are feel like they're a part of what it is that you do, it feels great because you're able to really support and help people. You're getting in the trenches with the people, which just feels awesome. And I've marketed in other ways. I've ran YouTube ads and built an email list. I have, gone networking. I've ran webinars, the evergreen webinars. I've done all manner of things. This is by far the most fulfilling marketing strategy, mainly because you just make loads of friends and you get to connect with loads of really awesome people. But if you do it right, it's a really great way of attracting the kind of people that you actually really get on with, because they're your kind of people and the people that you would naturally gravitate to in the real world. And then you get to work with those people and it's so much fun. So here's the formula. You are getting loud because you're promoting this live funnel that you've got. I need to speak in the first person. I keep reminding myself, I'm such a teacher. I keep talking about what you need to do. This is what I'm doing. I'm the business bandit. I've been devastated by the bandit. I'm going to get loud. I'm going to get really loud. I'm going to shout all over social media. I'm going to basically shout everywhere I'm connected with other human beings about this upcoming live event that I've got, which is going to position me as an expert, because the upcoming live event is going to be specifically around what it is that I'm an expert in. And off the back of that, I'm going to be building relationships with potential ideal clients. And that is going to build a community. And, this is the thing that put us on the map, really. This is the thing that kicked everything off. When I say we went from 0 to 6 figures in 9 months, I put all of that down to the fact that I built a tribe. And I built that tribe by accident. I built that tribe because I felt like, what is it that people need right now? It's April 2020. We all know what that means. And people are needing networking, they're needing support around them. And so we put the Rebellious Business Network to connect people through those times. And it just literally took off because we started not only, I say we, it was me at the beginning. I started not only providing loads of help and support and training for people that really needed to pivot to online at that time, that really needed support, that really needed connection, that really needed people around them. But also it just created this massive kind of movement for us in terms of moving things forward. I was asked to be on the panel for the future of networking. I was nominated for awards. I was in the newspaper. I was asked to speak on stage at Expert Empires to talk about how I did it. I hired my sister and we got her out of your phone's ringing, babe. We got her out of this job that was just horrible, that she wasn't enjoying. We got into magazines, started launching other fun events. Like we did a Rebelliously Recession Proof conference, and it just started to take off. Truth is, you can't do this on your own. You can't do this on your own. You need people around you to collaborate with, to be your clients, to be on your team, to be a soundboard and to mastermind with. You need peers, you need friends, you need all of it. That business that I told you about at the start, the car business, I was on my own. I didn't know as Tom, Dick or Harry that was running the same thing as me. I didn't know anyone that was really running an online business at all. I had to make friends with the man at the freight forwarding company because he was the only one that I knew that had a lot of knowledge around this kind of thing. You need people around you. It's super important. And when you start to build a community, you start to gather those people and it really, really helps. So I told you that a live funnel is a live event funnel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run a live event and then I'm going to have a way for people to sign up for that live event that enables me to collect emails and start building an email list so that I can continue communication with those people without relying on the algorithm to display my content to people, right? So I'm going to come up with an idea for live training. Now, the 12 Boom workshop, could be something that I do, but I'm going to sit and have a brainstorming session. What is it that people need right now? What could I teach people? What could I show people? What could I help people with? I'm going to have a big old brainstorming session. I'm going to come up with loads of ideas for what it is that I could do. I'm going to set the date for the first one. I haven't even created the promotional content or the funnel yet. I'm setting the date because I love a deadline. It gives me a kick up the backside and also it makes it all real. So I'm going to set the date for when the first one is, and then I'm going to start building what we call the tech skeleton, which is the landing page, the thank you page, and the first email. And I'm going to put together a Facebook group. And then I'm going to prepare to launch this tribe, right? So I said, I'm going to create the Facebook group, but what I'm going to do with the Facebook group is I'm going to give it a cover photo. I'm going to put some questions on the front door that ask people if they want a one-to-one with me. I'm going to open the doors the day before the live event happens, which is going to kickstart the community with some people in it, because hopefully we've got some signups for this event that I have promoted everywhere. And the thank you page and emails I've already mentioned. So in terms of preparing the promotion for that up and coming event, I'm going to shoot a video. I'm going to tell everyone that I've got this amazing event happening and that they need to get their butt on this Zoom call because it's going to be life-changing. So I'm going to shoot a video to promote it. I'm also going to write a bit of copy to go alongside that video. And then I'm going to create an image as well, just so that I've got two versions of a post. And I am going to post that thing everywhere. It's going to go on all the new social media accounts that I have just created. I might ask friends who are still friends with me. I don't know if the business bandits stole them too, but if I have any friends left, I'm going to ask them to share it. I'm going to put it on Eventbrite. I'm going to talk about it when I'm talking to people at networking events. I am going to get super loud and just share this absolutely everywhere I can. I'm going to be unavoidable. People are too worried. I have this conversation a lot. They're so worried. Oh, but how many times can I post a day without being annoying? How many emails can I send a day without being annoying? Be annoying. Be really annoying. The ones that find you too much, that find your content too much, will leave. And that's okay, because they're not going to be the right fit for you anyway. I'm going to put this on stories, posts, lives. I'm going to create a Facebook event. I'm going to create a LinkedIn event, Eventbrite, Clubhouse. Is that even still a thing? Threads. Is that even still a thing? Broadcasts. I'm going to get people to collaborate with me as well on future ones, which is super, super important. And we might be talking about that in a minute. So then what I'm going to do is I am going to bring the value. I love this. This is a tarot card. For those of you that know the Light Seers tarot, for other people that are just like, oh, tarot, that sounds really scary. Don't worry. You don't need to be a tarot reader or be into tarot to get this point. I just like this picture, right? She's holding her cards close to her chest and she's like, nope, I'm not gonna show you what's in my purse, or she's holding on to something. Don't worry about that in terms of content. Give stuff away for free, right? Be valuable, help people. And I don't mean like go on social media and deliver a 10-week course 1 week after another, but I mean, put together, I would put together a training that's got real value in it, that's going to really help people. And I would give them everything I've got. Because if I can do that, if I can actually start making a difference, I'm going to have word of mouth working for me. If I can actually start making a difference, I'm going to demonstrate that I'm an expert. I'm going to demonstrate that I know what I'm talking about. I'm going to get good feedback. And by the way, I'm going to document every bit of good feedback I get, and I'm going to publish that on social media as well as content, because that's going to help me get more and more people. Now, off the back of that first live event, which, by the way, I'm going hard on this. I'm going to do a live event every single week, because I think it is the most powerful thing to do, is to have a live event that's same place, same time each week. And it's not going to be me speaking at every single one, because I'm going to get people to come in and be speakers and harness the power of collaboration to help me grow the audience even further. But off the back of that first call, I'm going to offer some one-to-ones. If you feel like you need some support, jump on a one-to-one with me. I'm going to offer some one-to-ones. I'm going to make sure that they're outcome focused, and I tell people what the value of jumping on a one-to-one with me is. I'm going to give them the realistic, limited availability. I don't have hundreds of hours a day to sit on one-to-ones with people that need help. Maybe I've got 5 available on a Friday that I've set aside. And I'm going to actually have a passive booking system. Okay. Now we use Acuity scheduling. I would set that up again, because it sends out text message reminders, it sends emails, and it sends email reminders. It sets up the Zoom link for me, and it pretty much eliminates no-shows, because it's a system that makes sure people that are seriously reminded that they've got a call coming up. So once that is up and running, then the most important thing that would be on my agenda is really starting to elevate that authority, really starting to raise that reputation, so that future people stepping into my space, future people that discover me, and also the existing people that have started coming to those live events are going to see that I can help them with what it is that they do. I might be a good fit for what it is that they need to solve. And I'm going to do that by, first and foremost, as I said, showing up and supporting people that need my help. I'm just going to show up and support. I'm going to create training that's actually helpful, not loads of waffle followed by a pitch, like actual helpful training. I'm also going to make it really clear what it is that I do. I'm going to state it everywhere. I'm going to have it in bios. It's going to be everywhere on social media, really clear what it is that I do. We refer to this as the Rebel statement. This is in one of the 12 booms. So if you want it, there's a link at the top of the chat on the Facebook Live to go get the 12 booms. But state what I do. And you know what? Like, people are like, no one is like waiting to give me a green light that I can call myself a public speaker. I made that decision for myself. I called myself a public speaker. Have I ever had public speaking training? Have I got any certificates in public speaking? No, but I've got an award. But that came after I gave myself the permission to be a public speaker. State what it is that you do. State what it is that you are. And I would put that everywhere and just show up as a leader in that field. No one's waiting to give me permission. I've got to give myself permission. And I'm going to document my journey, share my wins. I had a conversation with a client the other day. She got an incredible gig where she was speaking in like this massive speaking gig, which is huge in her industry. And she didn't document it anywhere. So if you don't tell people that things are happening, nobody's going to know. So I'm going to document my journey. I'm going to share my wins. Like, oh, we just got featured in this newspaper article. Oh, I just got nominated for this award. Oh, we've now got 100 people in the Facebook group. I'm going to document that journey. I'm also going to document the wins of my clients as well. Yeah. So I'm going to share not only the success that I'm having, but also the success that my clients are having, which also people are more interested in anyway. But I'm just going to anything I can get my hands on, which is an accolade, I'm going to share it. And as I said already, you know, like I decided that I'm a speaker. I decided to put that on my bio. No one gave me permission. And the week I did, I got asked to speak at 5 events. I got 2 trainings for business education companies booked in. And I also ended up going to London to go and teach business and, you know, how to start a business to disadvantaged children at a holiday camp in central London, which was just so phenomenal. If I hadn't have said I am a speaker, no one would have recognized me as a speaker. So you want to really kind of identify who it is that you are, what it is that you want to be, and give yourself the labels. So here's where it starts getting juicy. I've had 5 one-to-one clients under my belt. The audience is growing. The tribe is growing. I've now got 200 people inside that Facebook group and on the list. Now it's time to launch. And the first launch that we did was 20,000 in sales. The second launch that we did was 40,000 in sales. And I put that down to the fact that we had a tribe and we had a launch audience ready to go of people that knew me, that trusted me, that looked up to me, that got value from me. And when I offered this group program, we signed up a load of clients for it. It was really successful. And so I would just do that again. When you're building your own community, you're also building that audience in which to launch to at the same time. And it gives you a leg up. Otherwise, you've got to run ads and do a pop-up Facebook group, and there's like a 2-month runway, and it takes a long time. And so I would basically launch into that. Now, here's how I would do that, right? I would just map out a course. Like I said before, skeleton. I'm not going to film any modules. I'm not going to go creating any resources. I'm just going to map out this program. And it's going to be, I'm going to come up with a name for it. And I'm going to go, right, if I'm taking someone from here to here, what are the steps need to be in between to show them the ropes? Now, I've been working with people one-to-one up to this point. So I now kind of got a good idea of what it is that people need. And so I can get down that skeleton. I'm going to decide how long that journey needs to take. Is it 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months? And I'm going to put a price point on it. And then I'm going to launch it. This looks really complicated. To be honest, it's just there for illustrative purposes. But this is how my mind works. I've just mapped out. In fact, this is a map of the 12 boom, right? And I've mapped out a launch. And then what I'm going to do is put the promotional materials together, and I'm going to promote it, run the launch. And then when I got people signed up for that group program, I'm going to build it live. I'm going to build it as I fly. Not a single pre-recorded module. Not a single pre-written worksheet. I'm going to build it as I go. And the reason being is, am I absolutely certain that my imagination can create a program that's proven and, you know, has all the right steps in it that people really need? No, I'm going to build this around real people. I'm going to end up with a proven and tested concept that real people have been through, which means that if I get to week 5 and I realize that actually module 6 is not what people need right now, they need something else, I'm going to switch that out. And I'm going to have this conversation with people prior to the course so everyone knows the deal. But that's what I'm going to do. So delivering the training live, I'm going to prepare a couple of modules a week, and I'm going to build it around the people that I'm working with. Now, here's the thing. Sounds like a lot of work, right? But you're putting money in the bank. You're putting resources in the bank, because at first, I'm going to have to do quite a lot to get a little. You know, I'm going to put these live events on. I'll get the odd one-to-one client sign up. I'll start getting achievements, and, you know, I'll share about those and start documenting those. I'll start creating some momentum. But what's going to happen is, the reason why I'm doing that, the reason why I'm putting that effort in, is I'm putting momentum in the bank, because the whole purpose is that soon you only have to do a little to get a lot. And this, if we think back to that initial slide with the stairs, that threw my mind. The initial presentation slide with the 2 sets of stairs on, right? And the one on the right being, you know, building up that, start working one-to-one, build your audience and your reputation, then launch groups and whatever. And you think about, well, when you've got an audience big enough, you can start selling the lower ticket things, and it has a massive impact. If you've got 1,000 people on your list and 10% of them buy something for 100 quid, do the maths, because I'm not going to get that calculation wrong in front of you all. So that's an in-joke for any of our rebellious networkers, by the way, for those of you that are like, okay, she's just clearly, moving on swiftly. So do the maths. You're going to be able to get a lot more from a little. So look, for some of you, you're like, okay, I get that. I totally get that. It makes a lot of sense. I'm going to take it. I'm going to implement it. I'm going to run with it. Freaking go for it. Honestly, this stuff works. Build a tribe, build a community, start building that audience, start putting out really valuable content in the form of live events that get you signups on your email list, that get you start building a tribe of people. Sell those high ticket one-to-one programs that you've been saving for when you feel like you're good enough to do it, right? You're good enough now. You've got everything that you need now. Hopefully you're not starting a business in aerospace engineering when you know nothing about it. You're running this business in what it is that you're passionate about because you know the subject. You know what it is that you're doing. But I also know that, actually, for some people, it does take a couple of failed businesses to get the one that works. That was me. And I wish that back then I had someone who could support me. I wish I had a community of people around me that were able to help me, that I could use as a soundboard and use as a support guide. I wish I had someone that could say, you need to do this, and then you need to do that, and then you need to do this, and then you need to do that. And once I actually had access to things like that, there was no stopping me. I was out of the gate. But I know what it's like to try and build a business on your own with no one around you. And I think that's possibly one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about what it is that I do now. Why do you think I build communities and create space where you can connect with other people? We've got the Rebellious Business Network. It's got 1,800 business owners in, and is such an awesome space for people to connect and collaborate. And everything we do is built around community because I feel like it's so important. You can't do this on your own. It takes a village. It takes a village to raise an entrepreneur in the same way it takes a village to raise a child. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to present to you the Rebellious Entrepreneur Academy. It is back, and it is the most incredible program I've ever ran, and it is here to stay. We had the Rebellious Entrepreneur Academy was running a couple of years ago. So I distracted, someone was at the door. Rebellious Entrepreneur Academy was running a couple of years ago, and it was just absolutely incredible. This year, we've taken it, we've put it on steroids, and we've turned it into something extraordinary. It's already running. We have 24 people inside the Rebellious Entrepreneur Academy, but let me tell you, we do not want huge numbers. This is not something I'm scaling. I run this program because I love to support people like you that really want to make a difference, not only to people that they work with in terms of the product that they sell, but also just to their own life, because they're building a business that's actually getting momentum, creating success, and changing their life. It's the thing that replaced nursing for me in terms of fulfillment. And I absolutely freaking love supporting people with this stuff. So if you come and join us at the Rebellious Entrepreneur Academy, it's a 6-month program. We're in this for 6 months with you, working closely with you to help you take your business and turn it into a successful business. And it starts with a one-to-one with the amazing Jennifer. Jennifer is our head of client happiness, and she will jump on at a one-to-one with you and get you into the program, get you into the portal, get you into everything so that you have access to all the live calls, all the resources, and you know what your first steps are for getting clients quickly. Then your first thing that you're going to do after that is jump on a one-to-one with me. I'm going to go through your finances with you. And we're going to create 2 goals. One's going to be your break-even goal for meeting your basic life costs. And then there's going to be a lifestyle goal. And what we're going to do is we're then going to reverse engineer your own personal financial goals. We're going to reverse engineer those, and we're going to create a strategic plan in how you're going to meet those goals. What does that look like in terms of how many clients you need, what programs we're selling, when we're selling them, and how we're selling them? And you're going to have this mapped out and your first steps mapped out. And this is what changes, like this is what separates this from any other program out there, because this isn't a cookie cut out program. You're not going to come and do a course if you come and work with us in the academy. The academy is about, what do you specifically need, and what do you specifically need to do in order to achieve that? Because every business is different, and every person is different, and every single goal is different. Not everybody. This isn't about helping you get to 6 figures. You might not want that. 6 figures means VAT registered. 6 figures means a small team, right? And you might not want that. You might want, as one of my clients wants, a boutique business. And that's okay. We've got to reverse engineer off the back of what it is that you want. And then once we've got that plan in place, what we need to do is, me and Caroline, we make up the method and the message. I'm going to help you clarify your method. Caroline is going to help you nail your messaging, because there's only 2 reasons why people generally are struggling with getting clients online. And one of them is your strategy's got gaps in it. And the other one is your message isn't connecting with people. And so between us, we tie up all those loose ends. And Caroline's going to jump on and do your Launchable North Star with you. And what that means is she's going to help you clarify the key messaging for your entire marketing moving forwards. Once you've got your North Star nailed and it's on point and it's in alignment with what people want, and we've tested it and it's, yep, great, then that becomes your North Star. Okay. And so Caroline's going to jump on a one-to-one with you for an hour, and she's going to pull all of that information out of you. And then she's going to translate that into messaging that connects. Now, once you've had those initial one-to-ones, you're now in the support system working with us, and we're going to help you to implement everything. We're going to help you by holding you accountable, by giving you every resource and training and bit of support you need to actually get this thing moving forwards. We have daily feedback and support where every single day, if you've got something you want my eyes on, you can share it with me. We have live calls that happen every single week. I am running business coaching every Wednesday afternoon, and I am there to support you with things you're worried about, ideas that you've got that you want soundboarding, looking at your progress so far, just everything that we possibly need to look at to keep the momentum rolling. That's what we do on a Wednesday. And it's such a fun session. Like we're always talking about different things, and we end up having different themes. And there's just so many golden nuggets, even if you don't need anything specifically because you're on track. It's a really great session. We also have hot seats where if I've told you this is a method that we're going to be running, and you want some help with the message to go with that specific method for that specific strategy, you can book yourself into the hot seats. And Caroline's going to sit and help you create your Launchable North Star as your big message, but the more specific message for the lead magnet or the live event or the tribe funnel event or whatever it is that you're creating. Then every other week, we have these 2 alternating. We have a specific tribe funnel call where we are looking at analytics, we are looking at methods for growth, we are looking at troubleshooting, we are looking at everything in and around you building your own community. Yeah. So this is, I mean, how exciting would that be to have your own community, your own tribe of people? Like, it is the best thing. And then we also have the copy critique. There is a place in our support portal for you to post any copywriting you want Caroline's feedback on. And instead of her just taking it, shredding it to bits, improving it, and then giving it back to you as a finished piece of work, she's going to work with you to show you what she would change and why she would change it to make it 10 times better. So that not only are you getting copy that works, but you're learning how to create copy that works. So to bolster all of that and to support you, we've got so much support in terms of the live events, the one-to-ones, the daily feedback and everything. There's also the training portals. And we kind of break this down into 3 sections. Section 1 is how to get paying clients. We're going to show you how to put together an online system that gets you building that email list and gets you building that audience. But also we've got some base strategies in here that are going to get you signing up some clients quickly, because we want you to start getting results now and then build as you fly. We do not want you to spend months building something that we're then going to test and see if it works. That's not what we're about. We're about get in there, roll your sleeves up, get your hands dirty, get in the trenches, get some clients, and then let's figure everything else out. Okay, so that's what we're doing and get paying clients. But then the next stage from that is tribe funnels. If you don't want to have your own community, if you're not a people person, then we're probably not the right fit for you, because we really love supporting people to build their own community. So the Tribe Funnels curriculum is everything from that tech skeleton I was telling you about, how to build high converting landing pages, how to get set up on email marketing, how to create that email sequence that people are going to receive, how to get the settings right from your Facebook group so you're getting sales calls booked in on a weekly basis. We're going to help you with all of that. And we've got this Tribe Funnel curriculum that also goes along with that live support call specifically for Tribe Funnels. And then the 20K launch blueprint. How do you run a successful 20K launch? Well, we've got it all. We've got templates. We've got we've got training. We've got templates. We've got landing pages for you to steal. Oh, we've just got everything. Emails, all the things that you can take and make your own. And we're going to show you the entire journey for how to put together, promote, and execute a 20K launch. So that is the Rebellious Entrepreneur Academy. I'm so excited to announce that, doors are open. We've had some beta testers in to test the new way of doing things. It's been a huge success. We've got 25 people in there now, and we are 24, I think I said, and we're ready to roll this out. I don't want more than 35 people in the academy. Okay. I just don't. I'm not interested in working with more than 35 people. Reason being, I want to give you the support that you need. We've recently done a big reshuffle, which, has enabled us to not make this a ridiculously large investment. And the reason being is I know there's a lot of people that are struggling at the moment, and there's all the fear around the cost of living crisis, etc. The fee to join us in the academy for 6 months, the investment is just 3,000. And we have payment plans available for that. So if you need to break that down, if you need any support financially, let me know by booking a one-to-one with me. I'll give you a link to, Jennifer, do you want to share the RIA link in the chat? And I'll drop it on the live stream. But just jump on a call and let me know, and we'll figure something out. But the beauty of this is it means that we've been able to give you such intensive support for quite an affordable price, really, in comparison to other programs that are out there. And we don't want to work with loads and loads of people purely because we want to make sure that we're able to give you the attention that you need in order to make a success of this. Because, if you could just do this off the back of a course, then great. Some people can, but other people need a lot more support than that in terms of the step-by-step, over-the-shoulder stuff. So look, here's a couple of people that we've worked with that I want to tell you about. This is Tara. Tara actually came to me when she was 6 months pregnant with a business idea to help women who are struggling with anxiety to overcome that. And she set up a tribe funnel. And you know what? She actually went off on maternity leave, having set up a tribe funnel, told everyone in her tribe funnel that she's going on maternity, came back and started signing clients. And she recently went with her baby that she had while she was working with me, and her older child and her husband, traveling around the world for a year because she built a business that was able to support her to work from anywhere in the world. This is Frank. Frank was just unsure of how to package his message and how to sell it. And he currently holds a record of 6 figures off the back of the avatar interview strategy that we teach inside the portal. He did 6 figures in his first month, brand new product, brand new business. And that was off the back of that one strategy. He obviously got more clients than that moving forward, but that was a great start. This is Jamie. Jamie is now running a 6-figure business with a business partner, Joe. But when he initially came to me, and I'm still working with Jamie now, but when he initially came to me, he was struggling to sell a group program. He'd been doing all right with getting one-to-ones, but he wanted that tribe funnel and launch element so that he could replicate what we'd done to have some successful launches. And so what we did is we put together a community, and he ran those live events, and then we did a launch, and he did 28 grand off the back of that first launch. And yeah, he also just went traveling around the world with his girlfriend as well, which was awesome to see. This is Nicola. Nicola, in her own words, was comparing and despairing to all the other members crushing it while she was feeling like a failure. And Nicola's amazing. She absolutely crushed it. But I remember there was this one moment where she almost didn't pitch a group program. And then after one conversation and a little bit more confident, she went along with the original plan and she closed 11 new clients onto that group program in the first month. And again, same thing, community, launch into the community, 20K launch blueprint, boom. This is Ra and Booth. They installed a tribe funnel, and in their own words, they took off like a rocket. They're now running a 6-figure business with a team of 5. And yeah, they just absolutely smashed it out the park. Same thing, building a tribe funnel and having that launch audience. And, you know, they just absolutely smashed it. This is Lisa Simcox. You know, Lisa is an amazing marketer. She is incredible, but she's an offline marketing mentor. She works with people in Birmingham, and she works with people face to face. And she has been getting loads of referrals, but she didn't know how to really kind of like use the online space to get more clients in a strategic way, because the referrals had kept her going for such a while. We put one thing together, and she got 18 sales calls off the back of it, and launched a group program in her first month of working with me. And that group program, when we did that strategic plan, that was a few months down the road. First month, she ended up with so many sales calls that she got that group program launched. Look, there's so many of these, and there's loads and loads of results. And actually, you know, we've got a whole page on our website with results from clients. And I'm not going to chew your ears off about it. You know, if you feel like you want to have a conversation with me about coming to work with us at the Rebellious Entrepreneur Academy, if it feels like it might be something that you need, that you feel like, do you know what? This is what I've been missing. I need that support. I need that guidance. I need that step-by-step help. Then there is a button on the page that says, I'm interested. Have we dropped the page everywhere?
I'm not on Zoom, so.
Oh, well, I'll drop it in Zoom, but we've popped it in the, I'll grab that link. But anyway, so yeah, there's a button that says I'm interested, and that will take you to just answer a few questions so that I can learn a bit of, I'm going to change a slide because that's giving me a headache. So I can learn a little bit more about you, and make sure that you're the right fit for this, and that we're the right fit for you. And you can ask me any questions you've got on that call. We don't have a buy now button. You can't just buy this now. We have to have a conversation with you first, because we don't work with everybody. We only work with people that we know we can support, and we only work with people that are the right fit for how it is that we choose to help you market. And that's through building tribes, building community, and helping you work with the kind of clients that you're going to want to throw a party for. Caroline, anything you want to add? Anything that you've missed, and anything that I've missed, or any questions anywhere that I need to answer?
We have got, have we got some launchable curriculum in there now? That's the only thing that was missing.
Oh yeah, we do. So,
yeah, we just got some. I wouldn't say it's solely established, but
yeah, tell everybody about the launchable curriculum and what it is.
Oh, the chair just broke. Yeah, so on top of that, we've got so many curriculums, to be honest. There's more than that. I think the blueprint that we've got of like getting paying clients first, launching a tribe, doing a 20K launch, like that is the 6-figure roadmap. That, well, quotation mark 6 figures, you fill in what 6 figures means to you. Realistically, once you've done the strategic planning call with Cordelia, you might go, do you know what, actually a 50K in 6 months, or 50K, whatever your plan is, that might be more than enough for you. Some of you might say, no, I need a 7-figure business. It's like, wow, okay, like here's Cordelia will help you figure out the numbers to achieve that. So that's the path that we take. We have so many trainings around that as well. For instance, like the launchable curriculum, which is copywriting. We've got camera confidence, all that stuff. So we've got this pathway. That's the business bandit pathway, I suppose. If a business bandit stole Cordelia's business, that is what she would fly through.
Your business too.
My business, I'd just be riding you. But that concept, and then we've got all the stuff around it, plus the one-to-one element as well of the stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you've covered everything. You've done fantastic. I'm just trying to get in.
Good point though, because anybody might look at that. I mean, if you go and check out the page, I've got it all down on there, like what you get access to, etc. And really and truly, I haven't included everything. Like I didn't mention the curriculum, and there's other things that I haven't mentioned, like the amazing community we've got inside the RIA WhatsApp group. And there are there's so much in the bonus section where you've got get clients quick strategies. That sounded weird when I said it.
Yeah, we've got a lot in there.
There's loads and loads of stuff. But the point is that we don't want you to get really overwhelmed with all of that, because what's going to happen is you're going to jump on that one-to-one with me, and I'm going to help you hash out what it is that you specifically need to do to meet your goals and to carry on from where you currently are. Like, everybody's in a different space, everybody's running a slightly different business, everybody's got a slightly different audience, and there isn't a cookie cut out approach to this. We've got to figure out where you currently are, what it is that you want, and create a plan. So yes, there's so many curriculums, and there's so much live support, and there's so much training, and there's so many templates and, you know, strategies. What we're going to do on that initial call is we're going to put a plan together for you specifically, so that you know, okay, week 1, I need to do this. Week 2, I need to do that. Week 3, I need to do this. Week 4, blah, blah, blah. And we're going to have one of those one-to-ones that initially there. And then we're going to meet up in the second quarter of working together, because this is 6 months, right? It's 2 quarters in business language, right? So quarter 1, you're going to have your plan. Quarter 2, you're going to jump on and have another hour with me, and we're going to map out the next quarter in terms of what your plan is. And in between that, you've obviously got coming along to those live calls. And I think the beauty of this is, like, I know everybody so well inside this program. I know who their audience is, I know what business they're running, I know what their products are, I know what their lead magnets are, because I work so closely with everyone, right? So when you come along to those group sessions in between those one-to-one sessions, it means that, you know, I'm giving you very specific, personalized direction on what it is that you need to do next. It's an amazing program. We've got an incredible group of people in there, really, really have. We've got a couple of live interviews scheduled over the next couple of days to, you know, do a real raw and uncut explanation of what the Academy is and what it's like inside the Academy and what you can expect. So we'll be going live with those. We've got a couple of people queued up that have said, yes, they'd be more than happy to share their experience of being in the Academy. And also, if you go to that page, you'll see there's a video on there about, you know, what it is that people say about the Academy and being in the Academy. And these are all clips from previous live interviews I've done about the Academy, but also they are, you know, things that people have given me because they've just been so happy with how things are. If you go to points, there's a whole wall of results on the website that you can have a look at. So, you know, if you need any sort of confidence, then there's plenty of stuff that we can show you.
A couple more things. One, on the page, we might be running this evergreen, but as it stands, this is live. I saw that we have one-to-one space left as well. Yeah. So we have one-to-one space left as of recording.
And I've got someone that wants it in October, and it is October. So
fighting fists out, guys. There's one-to-one space available at the moment. The other thing I wanted to ask, oh yes, do we have space for the M&Ms? Do we want to discuss that?
Well, it starts with an M&M.
Okay, and then I have written some FAQs down, or I actually got a ChatGPT. Do you want to go over those?
Yeah, but actually, one thing that I haven't told you that you might have picked up because it was on a slide, but I didn't say it, is that the current offer, the Rebellious Entrepreneur Academy, is £4,444 for 6 months. Okay, if you come work with us for 6 months, that is the investment. Until Sunday, we are doing an intro offer on that for just £3,000. But what you need to do to get access to that is to just click the I'm interested button, fill in the questions, and book a call if there is a space that fits you. Even if you book the call for after Sunday, it's fine. But the application deadline, the I'm interested button deadline, all of that, the deadline for it is Sunday evening at 10 p.m. So you've got like £1,444 off right now if you are interested in coming to join the Academy. But you've just got to book that call to secure that offer. So click the I'm interested button on that page, and that will.
I did notice, the cheeky little slash. I was like, I'm not going to, I won't read that out today. But I was like, oh, we got a cheeky little slash for the price. So yeah, okay, now I know it's till Sunday. I was like, right, that's useful to know. I wasn't sure, but like, oh, we've had a price change. promotion. No, until Sunday. I like that. Oh, we've got
To do an intro offer, because I know that we've got people around that have been wanting to work with us. You know, we haven't promoted this yet. This isn't something that we've been publicly talking about. And realistically, that's for 6 months. I mean, imagine the difference that we can make in 6 months to you, to your results, to what it is that you're doing. Like, that's a big chunk of time to make a big difference. You know, I'm not saying like, oh yeah, you know, we're going to just show you how to get some paying clients. You're going to be building your own community. You're going to be putting a launch together. Like, we do need a bit of time to execute this. And I've ran many 3-month programs. And I know that, you know, whilst 3 months is more affordable, it's a very short space of time and it goes past really quickly. And people feel like, oh my God, like I've only got a month left. You know, 6 months is a good chunk of time to make a big difference. And you know, it's like being with a family. Like, it's really chilled here. We have people that get poorly or that have family issues and whatever, and we will support you through those times if something like that happens. You know, there isn't like a ticking clock that's going to whoop you on the backside if life hits you. You know, just reach out and have a conversation with us. But yeah, and that's what people say. It feels like a family and it feels like a really supportive place. So there we go. I don't think we should go through FAQs right now. I think that we've banged on about it enough. But if anybody's got any questions, please let me know what they are. Again, you can just go to the page and from there, hit the I'm interested button. Let me just show you how this works. This is how you register your interest to come and work with us at the Rebellious Entrepreneur Academy on the current intro offer that we've got, that's only available for the next 4 days, 10 hours, and however many minutes and seconds. Right, so you come to this page, and this is where all the info is. It's all on here, right? You've got a whole breakdown of what happens in your first week. And then, you know, how do we support you? And what are the live calls and when are they? Because that's one of the most common questions I get, you know, is like, what time are these live calls? Because actually I'm in New Zealand. Yeah, well, this is what time they're in. We've got a video here of clients that you can check out. And then there's a bit more information on what these training portals are as well. But if you're interested in having a conversation about coming and being our next Rebellious Entrepreneur, all you need to do is hit the I'm interested button. That will take you to a form where you can essentially just answer some questions so that I can understand you and your business a little bit better. And then at the end of that, when you've completed that form, it auto loads my calendar so that you can book and have a call with me. Not anyone from my sales team or whatever, no one from India who's in a chat room. It'll be me. You'll jump on and we'll just have a chat about, you know, is this the right fit for you? Is this something you need? Are you the right fit for it? You know, what can we predict will be the progress that you will gain from working with us over the next 6 months, and what indeed the plan would be if you decide to come and join us. So there we have it. The Rebellious Entrepreneur Academy is up and running. The doors are open and it's yours for a steal until Sunday.
Be sensitive about stealing. You just had your whole business stolen.
Oh, no.
God, very insensitive of you.
I need a gin and tonic now. I need a gin and
the business ban. The business ban is gone.
Cool beans. Well, let me tell you what's happening next week on the Rebellious Business Show. We have a very special guest coming in. This is going to be something that you'll want to put in the diary, right? Wednesday, 10:30 next week. We've got someone who recently went viral on Lad Bible, who has been turning his day job into something that's helping him to get closer to living his actual passion. His name's Richard. He works in McDonald's, and he has been, over the past couple of years, I think, singing during his shifts to brighten people's days, to make it really fun, and just because he loves singing. And this got caught by the media and it went viral. He's been interviewed on news. He's been featured in newspapers. He's been featured on Lad Bible. And next week on the Rebellious Business Show, we've managed to bag him for an hour to ask him why he's doing it, what he's doing it for, and what he's trying to achieve. And I think that we've got a really, really interesting interview lined up, because there's going to be some very cool things that we can all take away from someone who works in McDonald's and starts singing during his shifts, to the point where he's starting to get PR and he's built a massive audience of people that, like him, are interested in him, and who knows where that journey is going to take him next. But yeah, that's what's happening next week on the show. I'm really excited for it. And yeah, I can't wait to put the promotion out of it so that you guys can see some of the videos that he's been sharing on his social accounts, because it's just so funny. But yeah, cool beans. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap. This has been the Rebellious Business Show. We have just opened the doors on the Academy. We are here every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. And yeah, remember, you've got until Sunday, until the doors close, on that insane offer to come and work with us inside the Academy. So hit that link, click the interested link, fill in the questions, and we will have a chat about if it is the right thing for you. Big love. Stay rebellious.